Alright friends, before we get started talking about the Mando Season 2 finale, I want to thank the sponsor of this video. This video is brought to you by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes covering a wide variety of creative skills. Illustration, graphic design, film and video, general creative expansion, that's just to name a few. As well as classics like creative writing. Creative writing to me is a very important thing. The pen truly is mightier than the sword. Have you ever just had a story in your head and you didn't know how to get it out there? Creative writing, my friends, there's a solid first step for you. And wherever your creativity takes you in your Skillshare adventures, it's less than $10 a month with an annual membership. And the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link below will get a free premium trial membership. So click the link below, get started on that creative path, and thank you once again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. I do appreciate it. All right. Spoilers. This is the thing where it's like, when I say spoiler alert, don't watch unless you've seen it. I know there's a percentage of people who are like, yeah, but how spoilerish could it be? And do I care about the spoilers? Well, if you're a Star Warsy person, yes, I'm basically telling family. Like my brother, I know that he wants to binge Mando when it's all out now, but also he's my brother, so he likes supporting me and watching my videos. If you're watching this, dude, turn it off now. You know, watch Mando and then come back. Anyhow, spoiler alert done. And as this is the finale, there are things to talk about, but really there's one thing that people want me to talk about. Maybe I'm projecting because it's the thing I want to talk about. But there are things leading up to it, in which I'm going to talk about those first. So it starts out and they get Bo-Katan's help, which I'm glad they get Bo-Katan's help, because before I was like, she really missed the boat on sticking around Mando and getting straight to Moff Gideon. So I'm glad Mando was like, hey, you want to... let's go get Moff Gideon. No, you want to. But then she looks at Boba Fett and she's like, you're not a Mandalorian. I was like, man, hold on. So the scenario is Boba Fett was a Mandalorian and then they retconned that and made him not a Mandalorian, and then they retconned the retcon in the Mandalorian and made Boba Fett a Mandalorian, and then Bo-Katan, the would-be leader of the Mandalorians, who I think has a pretty good handle on who is and is not a Mandalorian, tells Boba Fett, no, you're not a Mandalorian. Do not take a shot every time I say Mandalorian. I don't want you to die. But man, I don't know if confused or frustrated. I think back to a time when you could know what was going on in Star Wars and you didn't need a doctorate in the degree titled Galaxy Far Far Awayology. Point is, they concoct this plan, get into the Imperial cruiser because Mando's like, I want to get Grogu back. And that is the plan, and there are Dark Troopers. And at first I was like, oh, Dark Troopers, this is gonna be metal. Then one gets through the door and Mando's fighting the Dark Trooper, which is, I mean, they're pretty dumb though. I mean, it was cool that he was punching Mando's head and his helmet wasn't taking any damage because it's super strong, but they were denting the wall with his helmet. I just found it funny that this Dark Trooper is supposed to be this super dangerous next level droid. And he's like, I can't get through his helmet. I don't know, I guess the more I try. When any machine worth its salt would be like, can't get through the armor, but you know what? He still has limbs. That's right, Mando, now you have a broken leg. Now you're fucked. Which makes it even funnier that scientist dude's like, oh, we solved the human elements, and now these aren't suits. They're not troopers. They're Dark Troopers. They're droids. We've taken the human element out. We've perfected the soldier. But any human soldier would have adapted to that situation and broken a limb. Federation makes droids. Jedi beat droids. Republic makes troops. Troops defeat Jedi. Empire makes droids. So Mando beats Dark Trooper's ass. The rest get blown out of an airlock, so that was that internet chatter about Dark Troopers. Felt kind of bad for people who were like, Dark Troopers, they're finally canon. Yeah, they come back. They come back to die again. We're getting there. Soon, my friend, soon we'll talk about it. But Mando shows up to Grogu's cell, in which Moff Gideon has the Dark Saber to baby Grogu. Mando's like, I don't even care. You can keep the Dark Saber. I just want the kid. I just want Grogu back. Moff Gideon's like, I can feel it, the connection. It hits me where I live. Take him. Which, you know, this isn't our first BioWare game. We've all been there, right? On some assassin mission or something, the person's like, wait, let me just do this thing. Just give me a second. I'm totally not going to draw a weapon on you or try to kill you or alert the guards. So, you know, Moff Gideon, being the villain, starts swinging the Darksaber at Mando. They get into a fight, which that is a Hot Toys spoiler right there, because Hot Toys release, hey, this is our Moff Gideon figure, which Hot Toys is usually pretty accurate to what happens on screen. And there's a Darksaber blade that is Moff Gideon swinging the Darksaber. And I was like, he has not swung the Darksaber in the series yet, which means in the finale, he's gonna get into a fight with the Darksaber. You just gotta know. You gotta know your product. You gotta watch out for that shit. And the Dark Troopers come back. They were in space, and they're like, dude, we have rockets. It's fine. And it's looking pretty dire. They're about to bust through the door. And then one X-Wing fighter shows up, and I was like, oh, okay, so the New Republic, it's gonna be one X-Wing fighter. They're gonna be like, just one? And then a bunch are gonna show up, a whole fleet, and it's gonna be fine. But no, it's just one X-Wing fighter. And it took me... There was a trickle of realization after that. I was like, one X-Wing fighter. No. Then Jedi robe person plops down. I was like, no, you know, because I can't give myself over to that kind of hope these days. I just can't. I don't know if it's 2020 or just my age in general. I do not trust or hope. It has forsaken these lands. But you start recognizing those boots really quickly. And when I saw the black glove only on one hand, only on his right hand, the other hand had no glove, I was like, oh my God, it's Luke Skywalker. And I said out loud, I was like, that's fucking Luke Skywalker. They weren't showing his face at first. I didn't even care. The whole episode, I was like, you don't even have to show his face. The fact that it's Luke, that's enough for me, because we're getting what we wanted. Like, fans wanted this ever since, what was it, 2012, 2013? We learned Star Wars movies were coming back. There was gonna be an episode 7. Time flies. But you know, you have that hope for that scenario where it's this dire situation. People need hope. They need a hero. And Luke comes in to save the day. People thought that was gonna happen in The Last Jedi. And it didn't. And all they wanted was this. This is all they wanted, because it is as simple as this. People love their heroes, and they love their heroes acting heroic. And Luke, straight up is a hero. And he heroically tears these Dark Troopers down. He makes these droids look like the battle droids in Phantom Menace, just shredding them. And now we've come full circle to Jedi beats droids. I will say, when Luke grabs that one Dark Trooper with the Force and crushes him, I was like, that is the son of Anakin Skywalker, all right. That was a very Anakin Skywalker move right there. I liked it. I just liked the fact that that connection was there. And yeah, he gets to the bridge, and I was like, is it Sebastian Stan? No, they're doing that deep fake CGI, but not deep fake, so it's a CGI face that they did for Grand Moff Tarkin and Leia in Rogue One. Which, yeah, you could totally tell it's a CGI face. I wish they'd have recast that Uncanny Valley, you know? It's like a real human just feels more human. This... You appreciate the scene, but you can't help but be like, and the CGI face. It's funny, Lucasfilm, Disney, they're weird, you know? Like, on one hand, they're like, we can't recast people. On the other hand, they're like, well, sometimes we can. Maybe it's like, if they want to bring him back for more things, all right, then they'll recast him, which will make the CGI face stand out more, because it's like, yeah, CGI face Luke. Then shortly afterwards, real face Luke. The fact that he has one glove and one hand without a glove. One could call him Cool Hand Luke. I'm done. Bye. I don't know why I thought of that. I just did. But there was a part of me that was like, is he gonna say I'm Luke Skywalker, I'm here to rescue you? Because then, you know, chain of thought starts happening. It's like, well then Bo-Katan would be like, you're Luke who now? But he didn't say that, which I'm glad he didn't say that. That was just one of those weird subconscious fan moments. It was like, is he gonna, but that would have been cheesy. So I'm glad he didn't do that. He just pops in and he was like, I'm here for him. Which, can we just kind of take a chuckle at the fact that Bo-Katan was in the room with the son of Anakin Skywalker and just didn't know it. But then after this moment of, oh my God, Luke is back and he's doing exactly what we all wanted him to do. It's not Jake. It's not his grumpy Uncle Jake. It's Luke. Then we're met with this emotional moment where Mando has to give Grogu to Luke Skywalker, and Grogu doesn't really want to go, and Grogu wants his permission, and, you know, he touches his helmet. I'm like, yeah, shit, he wants to see his face. And he takes off the helmet for him. It's this really good moment, man. Like, the whole thing with Mando that I like is that you feel like when we first saw him, he was on the path to basically being the other Boba Fett, you know, the next Boba Fett. But then there's this moment where the package is this kid, and he just makes a call, and he's like, nah. I suppose there's another reality out there for Mando. Yeah, this fictional character. so there's not, I guess. But, you know, for him and his character, there is, where he was like, yeah, I'll give the kid over. I'm a bounty hunter. And he doesn't find this human connection he didn't know he needed. But, you know, he did. It's just a fundamental story of connection and growth. I dig it. Which means when he has to say goodbye, it's sad, you know? It's a touching thing. And he gives him to Luke Skywalker, you know? Take care of him. Luke's like, I will. Ah, shit. Well, I tried. Is that the implication? Is the implication Grogu dies? Or are we just wiping all that from canon? Because Disney's already wiped away canon once before. We had all those books, you know, those Timothy Zahn books, Heir to the Empire and all that. And Disney was like, that's no longer canon. Now these are canon. So they could just be like, yeah, episodes 7, 8, 9, they're no longer canon. Because we can do that, because we've done it before. Who knows where they're going. But I'll tell you this, Mandalorian Season 2 wore it on its sleeve. Mandalorian appeared to be a couple things. And it's exactly the couple things that Mandalorian Season 2 showed it actually is. Which is a fun Star Wars show to scratch that Star Wars itch. That's the easy one. But also a hub to springboard other spin-off series for other characters. That is also happening. Whether it's Ahsoka, Boba Fett, Boba the Hutt, as he's apparently called now. Post-credit scene. It's in here. Boba Fett goes back to Jabba's old palace where Bib Fortuna is, he has become Hutt Fortuna. Tuna the Hutt. So Boba Fett kills him and becomes Boba the Hutt. Which is good. I think that's good for Boba Fett. I think that's a place that I could see him ending up. But that's my point. Star Wars show to scratch that Star Wars itch. Hub to springboard other spin-off shows. But also that thing that was, they had their work cut out for them on this one. But bringing Luke in was definitely that right direction for it. The Mandalorian's that thing to get fans back on the side of Star Wars. Giving people this, smart call. And also, pretty fucking sweet to see. I do have questions though. There are things that leave up that are unresolved, which, you know, it's good to do. It's good to have something lead into the next season. But Mando has the Darksaber. He earned the Darksaber, I guess, because the Darksaber's kind of like wands and Harry Potter, I suppose. As someone who does not have a doctorate in the degree of galaxy far, far awayology. Felt like I did for a large section of my life. And then the lore just exponentially tenfold grew. And now I'm just like, you know what? I'm pretty solid on the first 6 movies though. There's that. So right, the scenario as I took it was Mando beat Moff Gideon. He has the Darksaber, but he earned the Darksaber because he beat him in their fight. So it's like, you can't just give the Darksaber to Bo-Katan. She has to beat you in a fight. So Mando's like, I don't want it. I yield here. It's like, no, it doesn't work that way. You know, people will know you yielded and she won't be seen as a leader. So you have to fight her. The implication being either Mando or Bo-Katan's going to die in this duel. But Mando got the Darksaber by beating Moff Gideon, and Moff Gideon didn't die. So I suppose Bo-Katan just has to beat him in a fight. It's like, all right, well, we can just plan this out, make it like a WWE event, you know? It's like, we'll make it look good for the fans, but in the end, the script, we know where the script is going to take the winner. At first, I was like, whoa, that's a really sticky situation they're in. One of them has to die, but it doesn't look like one of them actually has to if Moff Gideon didn't. So yeah, Mandalorian Season 2, in the end, I dug it. It's one of those shows I still think you need to watch from beginning to end. Like, the week-to-week's fine, but I want to sit down and now watch it from beginning to end. Keep saying end like the show's over. The show's going on. I mean, without the Mando baby Grogu dynamic, I don't know. But the beginning was episodic. There was some flow and ebb, but really epic episodes that I really dug. Most of which tied into pre-existing Star Wars characters that I like. But this was exactly how you want to finish off the Season 2 finale. By giving people what they wanted in 2015. All right, so the Mandalorian Season 2 finale. Have you seen it? I hope you have if you saw this video. But what did you think about it? What did you think of the finale? What did you think of the season as a whole? Whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.